Good afternoon. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the notification bell. And today, we're going to be doing a quality check with the Model Y at a different location, which is Tesla Lawrence. Let's see the build of the Model Y. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So all right, let's do ourselves a quality check. So these Model Ys have just been dropped off and they're ready to take delivery. So let's start off by examining the left panel. And let's move on to the right. And you'll notice that the headlights are the previous generations because the new headlights only come on the Performance. And let's look at the VIN. Let's look at the driver's side door. Let's look at the rims. Let's examine the glass roof. We're off to a good start. And this has the stickers on because these are how vehicles come when they're transported. They have stickers on and they come all wrapped up, and by the time you get it, it'll be buffed and ready to go. So let's continue on with our quality check. So everything seems good so far. Is the door flush? And the door's flush. Let's move to the back and the rear. And the rear is flush. How's the gap up here? Let's check the gap up here. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. The trunk gap. Beautiful. And that's what we want to see. Let's take a look at the rear. And the rear is beautiful. So we're off to a good start. Now let's look at the right side. Let's look at the wheels. And so far, we're liking. So up here, this gap is nice and beautiful, and you want this panel to be as tight as possible. So whenever you're taking delivery, make sure not to rush your delivery. Do a thorough check. Walk around your vehicle, I suggest about 5 times, and look over every single panel. Check the door to see if it's flush. Okay, we do have an issue here, and if you look closely, the door is out a little bit. So with a minor adjustment, it would be perfect, and all they would have to do is do a simple adjustment just by removing the door and putting it back together. And this would take less than 10 minutes if you were to ever bring it up. I know a lot of people say that, these quality checks are just nitpicking, but if you're going to be spending all that money for your vehicle, wouldn't you want it built to the best of their ability? So it's good that we nitpick every single thing in order to get a car that's perfection. Because I know if I'm paying all that money, Teslas are not cheap. They are extremely not cheap. So if they're not going to build it to the best of their ability, I'm going to make sure that I detail the defects, write everything down, and inform the salesperson to have that issue fixed. So there's a look at the interior. And all vehicles now will be coming with the brand new center console. So this vehicle only has a slight issue with the door right here, and that's all. But I would definitely give this vehicle a pass. There you go. This vehicle gets a pass. So let's move on to another vehicle. And we got ourselves another gray Model Y, and this is also the long range. And let's start off by looking at the left panel. And let's move over to the hood. And let's move on to the right side. And this Model Y is missing the hubcaps. So these are the rims that are underneath. You can either take the hubcaps off and have them just like this, or you can powder coat the rims all black to give it that sporty look. So let's look at the VIN. Let's look at the driver's side door. So we're off to a good start. Nothing that catches our eye. Let's do the test to see if the door is flush. And the door is flush, so that's very good. So let's move on to the back door to see if it's flush. Uh-oh. This door definitely needs an adjustment. And if you can see right here, it's not flush. And if you're ever getting a Model Y, just rub one finger from this door to the next door to see if they're flush. And if they're not flush, have them adjusted for you. So let's look at this panel up here. And that is fine. The gap is fine. Let's look at the trunk. And the gap over in the trunk is fine. Let's look at the charger door to see if it's flush. And the charger door is flush. So we got a good Model Y that needs just a slight adjustment with the door, and that's not a big issue. So let's look over here. Trunk gap is fine. Up here is fine. And let's look at the right side rear door. That gap is fine. There's no problem there. So this Model Y definitely... Yeah, that door is out. So both this door and the other door would have to get adjusted in order to take delivery. But it's definitely a pass. So this Model Y is ready to take delivery. And I would like to say good job, Tesla. And we're on to our third and final Model Y. So let's first start off by looking at the left light, examining the hood, and everything seems to line up beautifully. Let's take a look at the rim. Let's take a look at the VIN. And here's the sticker. So let's look at the driver's side door. And nothing that catches our eye so far. So we're definitely off to a good start. This is the black with the black interior. Very nice. Let's do the test over here to see if the door is flush. And the door is flush. Now let's check the rear door to see if it's flush. And it's flush. Now let's move over up here. Oh, I really like this Model Y. This is what I'm talking about. This is definitely one that I would take delivery of. So let's move on to the rear. And there's nothing that catches our eye, so that's good. So examining this panel, you want to look at your trunk gap to see that it's consistent and it's as tight as possible. So let's look up here, and that's definitely what we want to see. Now let's check the right side rear door to see if it's flush. And it's flush. Great job, Tesla. This is definitely what we want to see. Yeah, this is great. This is awesome. I definitely would give this a pass. So we got 3 passes, and we got 2 of them that need a slight adjustment with the door. And besides that, I definitely would say that the build quality is improving. I'm actually surprised today that all three of them were good enough to pass. And if you're in the market to order an S, X, Model 3 or Model Y, now's the time to do it, because it looks like they're sold out. And if you want to get a car this year, now's the time to place an order, because it looks like the performance is the only one that can come this year. And if you order a long range, you might get a delivery date of January or February of 2022. So I highly suggest that if you're in the mood to get yourself a Tesla, they're the best electric vehicles in the world, I guarantee you. We obviously don't buy Tesla for their quality build. We buy Tesla for their tech and their range efficiency. But we want Tesla to improve their quality. And I'm going to continue to be doing quality checks until the quality gets better and it comes to a point where we can compare them to the quality level of, say, a Mercedes or an Audi. Because with those type of cars, you're not getting any panel gaps. And there's somebody that quality checks their vehicles. And I don't know if there's a person that quality checks Tesla vehicles, because I'm seeing a lot of problems with their vehicles. But luckily today we had three of them that gets a pass, only with a slight issue with the door. So that's all I gotta say. So thank you and have a nice day. And if you are buying a Tesla, my referral link will be in the description, where you and I both will receive 1,500 kilometers of free supercharging credits, or 1,000 miles if you live in the United States or any country. The referral program is a great way to drive and charge for free. All right, so take care and have a good one. Hey, would you like to win a Tesla Model 3? All you have to do is like, share, comment, and subscribe. And one lucky subscriber will win a Tesla Model 3.